未来洗联储还 HDO 洗币会别人抢着来成为国家流通的货币。接下来被国家认可、主权认可、主权流通，甚至大的这招手地控制的金融集团流通，但是一定会发生的。
Good evening, good morning. Welcome to episode 65 of Crypto News Talk. My name is Bindi, and I have Lily and Jessie. Please say hi to our audience.
To our show.
Mike, yeah. Can't hear you. A bit louder.
My mic is on. Yeah. Hello, welcome to our show. Good to meet you again. Today we are going to discuss the latest move from JPMorgan debuting its TCN network. Thank you. Over to you, Jesse.
Yes, a good day from. Thanks. Yeah, a good day from Australia, and yes, JPMorgan.
Okay. Now, going on to our first slide, all the big boys are all jumping onto the blockchain bandwagon. Now, today they have JPMorgan debuting tokenization platform. And guess what? BlackRock, one of the biggest conglomerate in the world, is one of the key clients. Moving on to next page, Fla. Who is JPMorgan? JPMorgan, of course, is one of the biggest multinational financial services company headquarters in New York City with an asset of $2.6 trillion. It is one of the biggest employers in the world, not the biggest by far. 240,000 people they employ. Next page, Fla. What is tokenization collateral network? It allows investors to use assets as collateral. Started with money market funds to enable immediate transfer of collateral ownership. What does it do? It actually allows you to have transparency in collateral ownership. Next page, Onyx digital asset. What does Onyx digital asset do? It's asset tokenization platform serving multinational financial institutions, unleash financial assets with untapped utility. Most importantly, it automate operational processes. And in other words, a lot of jobs are going to be lost in the process. Now, next thing, BlackRock. BlackRock is in over 100 countries with $9 trillion of assets. $9 trillion of assets. So when Miles Gore said, BlackRock will also be on the rock, having financial issue, you can imagine what that actually means. Now, going on to the question number one. Question number one, we are going to discuss about JPMorgan's debut of TCN and BlackRock being one of the key customers. I want to ask Jessie, what are your thoughts? What can you read into this happening that JPMorgan is coming on to the blockchain technology? Over to you, Jessie.
All right, thanks. Yep. Now this is huge, depending on which side of the sphere you're coming from. So, but it answers one question which you mentioned just now. Now, has it got any real utility? That has always been the question for crypto industry. Now we have BlackRock, right? BlackRock used TCN. What did they do to convert shares in the money market funds and transfer to Barclays, another bank? So you have financial institutions and you have banks. That's essentially a bridge for what? As collateral, which is you rightly pointed out, for an over-the-counter derivatives trade. Wow. Before I delve into that, what did Tom McGrath, who is the global, I think he's the deputy or global COO of the cash management at cash management group at BlackRock, what did he say? He says, money market funds play an important role in providing liquidity to investors in time of high market volatility. He's saying what he's saying. The tokenization of money market fund as collaterals in clearing and margining transaction, will reduce, etc. Especially when the market face acute margin pressure. Interesting. Two common denominators. All right, and then derivatives, right? Well, now we know it can be traded on exchange or over the counter. So just for all of us, exchange traded derivatives are standard regulated, right, via a clearinghouse. But OTC are different. OTC are customized. They can be negotiated privately between ourselves. And then one of which is like a swap, right? I do exchange of cash with you. This is a interest rate OTC actually. But then, what does it provide? It provides liquidity. There is velocity in the money now, and then transaction cost, from what I understand, is negligible. But then there's another statement that they say that CCN, right? Initially, even though they're focused on the money market fund, but then they are looking to support other assets as collaterals. Equities, whoa, fixed asset, my goodness. So equities, we know they're stake in the company, tradable or not, meaning it could be sold, bought and sold over a stock exchange, or for those that's not tradable, you can even tokenize this. How much liquidity would this release? And then we have the fixed income securities, right? Bonds, mortgages. In 2022, just the bond market alone, the global bond market is worth 133 trillion. $1, by the way. All right. And then the US mortgage, which is the mortgage industry, just on US alone, the residential plus the CRE, the commercial real estate, is worth already US 17 trillion, excluding the secondary market. So this asset tokenization is humongous. Back to you. Thanks.
So do you think, Jesse, I just want to ask you, this tokenization is a way of switching from fiat to digital, isn't it?
Yeah, in the broad stroke, well, in the macro level, that means there could be storms coming, and then what is the best way to tokenize your real world valuables off chain? As we spoke about off chain assets, right? Even your antiques, it could be tokenized. Well, the amount of money that it can be unlocked, and they are using this. And we'll talk about more of the ecosystem later, but you can see that how important this announcement is already.
Lily, what are your thoughts as far as BlackRock being one of the key customers or key clients of JPMorgan's TCN?
I just want to follow up what Jesse has said. It has unleashed the potential of collateralization in the financial world. Of course, the big boy has given the nod for efficiency, low transaction costs, and transparency in the financial system. I just want to imagine, like, apart from all the commercial assets like real estate alone that can be collateralized, what if we extend further to antiques, paintings, jewelries, that can be on the list as well. In a way, it will sort of make the ordinary citizens as well to be less reliant on the bank. I can see museums, tokenizing their dinosaur eggs, skeletons. I don't know. Just stretching my imagination here, because if you place something of value and you can validate it, why not to release sort of liquidity for your organization? Yeah.
One of the things
I can see that it's opening new doors, for the financial world.
Yeah, one of the things that Malsu has mentioned before was, how we can collateralize our gold. And I've actually asked around which institution would allow us to do that. They actually, at this very present moment, there actually isn't any financial institution that will allow us to collateralize our gold. Only gold traders and all this, but because there's trust issue involved, so you don't feel like I want to collateralize my gold with these people because I've been told about this existence of these services. It's only because you really do not want to exchange your solid gold, your gold bars, and place it and in exchange to receive some interest or some payment in return, monthly payment. But this could be, what JPMorgan with TCN, it could be a game changer. But going on to question number 2 is in relation to JPMorgan's actively involving in blockchain and crypto-centered services. Is that a tight slap to the face of SEC? Over to you, Jesse.
Oh, the tight slap. I think it's a slam down, the World Wrestling Federation slam down. Now, this is because this is really rare, right? Because a blockchain app that's being developed by a bank, or in this instance, one of the world top 5 asset management AUM companies, right? And then used by the number 1 BlackRock, which is $9 trillion in asset management AUM. This is being commercialized, even though the volumes are it's nothing now. Yeah, but then we have to look at it when you look at this dynamic space, right? You begin to see that, oh, okay, like what Lily is saying, tokenizing the real world valuables, and then one of the benefits is for those, especially in asset management. What they're saying is, my goodness, now this is a new playground for us. The administration, the market efficiency, yeah, sure. The liquidity and the risk diversification. I don't see how that is, but let's say that is, all right. The important point I see here is that it has made it easier for institution. We have always talked about how important financial institution has been, because SEC has always been blocking financial institution, on the outside, right? Now financial institution can use their shares in the money market funds as collateral, which means they don't have to redeem them. They don't have to do redemption for cash, right? Which they currently have to do, meaning transaction is faster. We spoke about that, reducing risk in times of market stress. I think they're preparing for something. Right? It's a complex process, but utility has been proven in this instance of this technology in finance. We have always said it's not the failure of FTX, etc. It's not in the technology, it's in the human being, isn't it? And then what we're seeing is the ecosystem, because JPMorgan also has the blockchain payment system coin. Oh wow, that is, we are seeing the dots being connected now. Thanks.
So what you're saying is that they are preparing for the collapse of something.
Certainly, definitely.
And we kind of know what that thing is. Yeah, I get what it is, but maybe Jesse wants to spell it out to people to know what it is that they're preparing for.
I think there's many layers to this. Yeah, I think there are many layers to this. Yes, and the financial collapse that surely has to happen because of just the QE. And I think we can expect more QE to happen now, especially once our heart goes up to our brethren in Israel and the Palestinians also. Yeah, and this shows the market volatility that is affected by geopolitics actually, and then that's where the growth potential is for this sectoral growth dynamics.
Now, Lily, JPMorgan is the largest bank. That's what we were seeing in one of our slides just now. The largest bank with the highest, based on market capitalization, the largest bank is involved in the blockchain technology and crypto center services. Is that going to be a bellwether for as far as the direction of how things will go from now onwards, despite what SEC is trying to do?
That definitely, because the big boys have sort of acted. They have taken action. They have anything that they do can move the market, and it's very clear that the tracks has been laid for cryptocurrency, DeFi. What would they spend resources, energy, efforts to lay down this track if nothing will happen? You can see the track has been laid. Okay, now it's just they are putting a model train on it now. It's just a matter of time. A real locomotive will be on the track. So no matter what SEC do, SEC is nothing in their eyes, because eventually SEC will have to listen to them and say that the ecosystem is in place. Just come up with regulations. That's it. Yeah.
Jesse, we are going to move on to the third discussion question that we have, which is on ecosystem of Himalayan Exchange. So right now we know that Himalayan Exchange, we have, of course, G Fashion, as in one of the outlets that uses the HPay. You have the payment system. Of course, you have a stable coin. You also have floating coin. Of course, floating coin itself has a white paper, 1 billion coins per year being issued for 100 years. Right now, there is only one stable coin, but actually we have been talking about Himalaya Euro for a very long time, and Mountsko has also mentioned about other stable coins based on other major currencies. How is this going to compete with the other ecosystem out there? Over to you, Jesse.
Yeah, well, I'm of the view that I'm always of the view that half cup full actually, because what we are doing is instead of fighting against each other, you're enlarging the pie, and the user base, which is what I say, like this JPMorgan JPM coin, right? It enables wholesale client, and again I point to wholesale clients or institutions, not just retail investors, more investors like us, to make dollar and euro denominated payments through a blockchain network. Now, Himalayan exchange ecosystem, we are in the midst of doing that. We are 100% backed by cash. That's really important. All right. But then what the JP has done is the JPMorgan has done is, they are pushing ahead with commercial application built on this technology at its core, which means we are on the right track already, isn't it? Essentially we're seeing a close mirror between both actually, and then of course the fact that the auditing part, that's the most important, because why blockchain? Against the premise of why we need blockchain or the emergence of blockchain as the blockchain economy is because of the lack of trust. And this is where technology comes in. That's why it has to be cutting edge, because once you have quantum coming in, you can break a lot. Encryption, which is why it has to be military grade and security. Henceforth, what Mr. Mountsko has done, he has gone ahead, is at the forefront of the curve, and we know we are always at too far ahead at the curve. But then that's a good point to be at, because then you can sit and wait and watch how the market plays out. So to me, that I'll leave what is the other important point for Mrs. Morgan later, when she says something in the video. But yeah, that's what I feel. Thanks.
Well, Lily, what are the advantages that Himalaya Exchange ecosystem has that other people may not have? Can't hear you.
The payment system, right?
Okay.
We are sort of back. We are very securely back, and then we have a very stringent audit and KYC process in place, unlike Bitcoin. So also, I think is going to very showed up. Another thing is we are very pure and clean. We have no history of any money laundering activities. Well, unlike Bitcoin, again. Yeah. Is that does that answer?
One of the greatest winners of Himalaya Exchange is that what Mountsko has always said. Conservatively, his estimation is 100 million people will jump onto the bandwagon as soon as the CCP is gone. 100 million, okay? 100 million is not a number to be underestimated. Jesse, what else do you think that Himalayan Exchange has ecosystem has advantage over other people?
I think it will be the credibility and the reliability, especially in times of turbulence. When you said about 100 million people, what our viewers will begin to think, oh, it's 100 million people, but hang on, these are 100 million people with assets at least worth, tens of millions of dollars assets worth, actually, if not in the hundreds of millions. So you can see the flood that is going to come in, and when currency is debased all across the world, where do you run? Where's the safe haven? There's no longer any safe haven, actually, isn't it? So that's why true stable coins provides that the reliability and liquidity, actually.
You know, while other people spend actually a long time advertising and everything else to build up to the customer base. Look at Binance. Binance doesn't have that much of a liquidity pool, and that's them having been around for a long time. Yet with Himalaya Exchange, with who we are and the movement that is behind it, that itself is actually the greatest advertising. Of course, it comes with political risk. But then again, you know, no pain, no gain, right? Let's move on to our Malscore's video. Over to you, Flower.
We have Edge Coin, we have Himalaya Change. You know, we are learn from your family. How do you think, you know, Himalaya, you know, Edge Dollar, Edge Coin, you know this?
Yes, I think it was incredible that it was the only coin that didn't go down when the whole market crashed.
Also, yesterday, digital and the reporter, they have the interview. This Himalaya chairman, they say, in the global, only one stable coin, real stable coin, is Himalaya. Why there's one HDO is $1 related. Never they move the dollars. So you got ETH, you know, Terrace, Luna, they are, you know, stable, like this is stable related Bitcoin. This is why they down, right? This is only one real, you know, stable coin is HDO, no second one. I read part of it yesterday, had big report, big, yeah.
But they're being backed by Japan, right?
Yeah, I think will not say this. I said more country maybe. I don't know, maybe I guess. I guess. So, Connie, how do you think now? You about the digital coin? I know you have the consultant, give somebody, you know, some company.
Yeah,
before the edge coin, you do this.
Yeah, so I'm on the board of a company called iRecash, and so I understand about the digital coin because we, you know, been working with this for a long time. So with the H coin, that when you came out with it, it made a lot of sense because it's very clean.
Very clean, yeah.
It's very clean. And that's what you need. You need square, very clean.
Yeah.
And I think this is the reason why when everything went down, H coin didn't go down because it's very clean.
Wow. The first time I with the Connie talk about it is the digital coin. I'm really shocked. Connie tell me I have the consultant and the friend is do digital coin and share about the digital coin the view. I'm really shocked. It's the Connie is really international vision. Sees now the globally what has happened.
Okay, Jesse, you know, a lot of people, I can't say everybody, a lot of people are looking forward to next year when Bitcoin will halve. And they'll be saying, okay, when Bitcoin half, the price will shoot up. You know, a year is actually a very long time as far as blockchain technology is concerned. How do you see HCN compared to blockchain, to Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think that's a loaded question. Number one, the question is, will there be a liquidity issues, you know, once the financial crisis comes in? Yes, there will be. So first, flight to safe haven, and then liquidity, because you do need, and can this technology increase efficiency by freeing up locked capital? So that is what Mrs. Morgan is saying, you know, in ongoing transactions, right? Especially other assets as collaterals. To do that, you need to have like, you know, not the printing money, not the money printing capability, but the credibility that people believe that it is one is to one. That's number one. And then the fact that, you know, the few things jump out and what she says, you know, she mentioned country and then countries, right? Which means countries are really looking at this, and for countries to look at this and to consider this, even to consider this, to put this on the paper, you know, as a forward, it speaks volume already. And then the other one, of course, you know, she's saying is very clean, which means there's going to be a lot of friction in terms of in terms of money movement when regulators clamp down, and regulators will clamp down. And once that happens, you know, those that is clean or has that reputation already, I think that will become the heavyweight. Thanks.
So that is what Bitcoin, Malto has always mentioned about Bitcoin. It's just an illusion that is 26 million coins issued. But in fact, as soon as this, he perceives this as a lie, as soon as this lie is being exposed, then Bitcoin will be worthless. And after all, Bitcoin is a first generation technology. It's perceived as a digital gold, but really is it or not? We'll see. the truth will always prevail. So let it play out in a year's time. Let's see whether when Bitcoin halved, whether the price will actually skyrocket. Lily, what do you have to say? What are things that you pick up from the video?
Coin, especially the younger generations, they're holding it blindly. They see it as sort of like alternate store of value to having a house. Yeah, and many don't realize that CCP is behind it, and then the number of Bitcoin is actually more than it's purport to be. At the same time, that they do not realize that technology of Bitcoin is so old. So when the crash come down, and does it has the cash pool once they want to sort of like draw on that. So I'll see many people getting burned eventually with Bitcoin. Especially a lot of like mom and dad investors. Yeah. So yeah.
A lot. My sense is that a lot of people confuse the blockchain technology DeFi with crypto trading. They understand it as just holding on to cryptocurrencies and then HODL, HODL as being one of the strategy that is very, very popular. And some people, they do trading. I was told there is this swing trading that people saying, oh, I do swing trading. But ecosystem is much, much more than that. And really, even with people who say that, oh, I've been in this blockchain technology for a very long time, they really do not have that sort of understanding that we get from Miles Guo, understanding or how to assess what is a good ecosystem. They don't. All they know is to see the fluctuation. They think that they can catch the swing, but that's not how it is. Of course, Himalayan Exchange has its political risk. SEC is currently looking after a lot of money for us, but we see that the key event of taking down the CCP will be the event that will turn things around. As we see this coming to pass, we know that CCP, the Communist China's economy, is already crashing. It is just how things are going to be playing out. We will see how SEC's attitude will also change, because after all, they are only bureaucrats, right? Jesse, do you have the last things that you want to do before we wrap up?
The last thing to do? Yep.
Last thing to say. Yep.
Yeah. The bridge is already built, and we have last year we have even Goldman Sachs working with Banco Santana and Societe Generale, I think, issuing a digital bond, right, using blockchain technology. So yes, we are ahead of the curve, but we are on the right track surely. And hands off in your portfolio allocation, you have to consider that as well. Surely you do have to consider that in view of the tsunami of the financial tsunami that's coming. Thanks.
Yep, financial tsunami. Lily, last words.
Keep following us for the
Before we
latest
close. Your mic, please.
Yeah. Keep following us for the latest of cryptocurrency. See you next week.
Okay, hang on. Before that, we are going to remind everybody that we are on daylight saving already in Australia. So our new time for Sydney is actually 12 noon on a Monday. New York is still 9 p.m. on a Sunday. And Beijing time remains unchanged, 9 a.m. on a Monday. Now, before we go, we are just going to show you some clips on G Fashion. Why G Fashion? Because G Fashion uses HPay as one of the payment methods. Over to you, Flower.
熟悉的字眼，却不知不觉离我越来越遥远。曾经那个意气风发的少年，为了生存只能拼命挣钱。财富是他们画下的大饼，虚幻背后发现全都是陷阱。各种经济暴雷，房价崩得稀碎，抬起头，前路一片漆黑。Welcome to the world, to the new world. Welcome to the world, yes, going to the moon. Welcome to the world, to the new world. Welcome to the world, yes, going to the moon. Yes, going to the moon. Yes, going to the moon. 安全对前沿加密技术出手，让你的财富没人能夺走。稳定币、浮动币设计天下无双，还有20%黄金挂钩，摧毁不停压榨你的机器，从此不再做金钱的奴隶。洗脸处的大门永远敞开向你，前途光明就在洗币。Welcome to the world.